Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel, and I have very bad news today for myself. I regret to inform you all that today, the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, has blocked me on Twitter. Yes, that's right. Satoshi Nakamoto, creator of Bitcoin, has blocked me on Twitter because I heard him in the Feel-Feels. That's right, Craig Wright has blocked me on Twitter. And so this guy, what a piece of work this guy is. So he's a fake creator of Bitcoin. He's failed at attempting courts to, validate him as the creator of Bitcoin. He's sued all sorts of people for, defamation, this and that on the topic. Complete and utter nonsense. I've been following this story over the years, talked about it just here and there on the channel. But he's now, Craig Wright, the fake creator of Bitcoin. I call him Fake Toshi. Fake Toshi is now going to write a paper that will reveal the dishonest XRP system, and that's two of those words are quotes, dishonest and system. He said XRP is going to reveal the dishonest system, and he's going to publish this paper, and I'll share with you exactly what he said, but he's going to publish this paper, and then he's going to send it directly to the SEC to help them combat anybody that's defending XRP. So basically it's an attack on the entire XRP community. Well, on this topic, Attorney John Deaton had something to say. I'm going to share with you his thoughts. He put out a thread today pushing back against this complete and utter nonsense. And also David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple and co-creator of XRP and the XRP Ledger, which is verified. He actually did create a blockchain, unlike Fake Toshi. David Schwartz had some stuff to say, so I'll get you all caught up to speed on this, but it's complete and utter nonsense, and I want to see if this guy actually follows through with this. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby, and just for fun, damn it. And here, for those of you looking at your screen, you can see Satoshi Nakamoto himself has blocked me. And so my policy is if I ever catch anybody blocking me on Twitter, I just block them right back. So there you go. Methinks he doesn't care very much. And I don't care very much either. In fact, here's the reason that he blocked me. I retweeted some nonsense he said about XRP yesterday on Christmas, no less. And I didn't like what he had to say about it. It's complete and utter nonsense. And I shared it in a video yesterday. And I wrote, Fake Toshi is trying to ruin Christmas for everyone. Yeah, well, Fake Toshi didn't take too kindly to being called Fake Toshi, and he blocked me immediately. And so here's the tweet, which you can't read because I'm blocked. But this is the page where Fake Toshi warns that he's going to file a paper and share it with the SEC. So I did actually get a copy of this. And so I have it right here. It's written down in front of me. So I'm going to read exactly what he wrote. I just can't show it to you on the screen here. But here is what Fake Toshi wrote. So, 2023 goal. Academic analysis of XRP to a publication standard. This will be freely issued to the SEC. Basically, we show how dishonest the system is. Enjoy what is coming. This will stop the continuous XRP scams. So there you go. That's Fake Toshi saying that he's going to write a really, truly impressive paper to publication standards, whatever the hell that is. And he's going to send it to the SEC, and it's going to stop all these continuous XRP scams. I don't know what he means by a continuous XRP scam. Presumably, he's talking about something having to do with Ripple, because to him, they're the same thing because reasons. He doesn't make any damn sense. But again, the caliber of somebody that is such that they'll pretend to be Satoshi Nakamoto, the type of person that would do that, it's like, common sense, reason, morality, ethics, who cares, right? So here's what David Schwartz had to say. Here, Craig, anyone can see the thread. I got to raise my hand there. Respectfully, David Schwartz, not everyone can see the thread. Some of us have been blocked by Fake Toshi, including myself, so I can't see the thread. But I get your point. David Schwartz. Here's what David Schwartz said. Craig, anyone can see the thread. You made a very dumb argument. I pointed out it was dumb. You opted to raise completely irrelevant criticisms of me rather than defend your own indefensible nonsense. You're now on a pathetic tirade of deflection. Defend your claim or abandon it. You can see it right here. Craig made an argument. I showed him the decency and respect to criticize it rationally. He has never even attempted to defend it, just raised irrelevant distractions. This is a pattern Craig is famous for. When he can't sue them, he floods his critics with a tirade of irrelevant, incoherent nonsense that takes more effort to respond to than it takes him to generate. The result is that they learn that he doesn't care if he's wrong, and that engaging with him just produces a flood of painful nonsense. They stop engaging with him, and he thinks he won. He will never, ever actually defend his own position because that's impossible. And of course, here's Calvin making the same play from the same playbook. And he shared this tweet from somebody named Calvin Ayre, founder of Ayre Group and CoinGeek.com. I've heard of CoinGeek. I wasn't familiar with Calvin himself here, but he's not an XRP fan, let's say. And so the tweet from Calvin that David Schwartz shared here reads as follows. Wow. No, this is dumb. Watch and learn if this is your real opinion. If you are just spouting conflicted nonsense to pump your dysfunctional tech, history will know this also. So there you go. XRP is dysfunctional tech. There we go. It's hard to take these people seriously. I mean, come on. This guy here, and how many followers does he have? Let's look at this. 36,000 followers. So it's not nobody, but here he is. This is the guy right here. Mr. Cool himself, just ripping on XRP because reasons. This is what these people tend to do, though. And then David Schwartz continues and says, notice how it's Calvin and Craig who made this about XRP, not me. Yeah, and I'll pause to note that's absolutely true because I've been covering this development over the last couple days or so. And David Schwartz wasn't talking about XRP, he wasn't talking about Ripple, he was talking about comments that Fake Toshi made unrelated to this. And Fake Toshi didn't like that critique from David Schwartz. And so Fake Toshi didn't address what David Schwartz said. He just started talking about XRP. Makes no damn sense, but gosh, that's what he does. So then David Schwartz says, Craig launched into attacks on XRP, XRP Ledger, and me personally. Calvin, in the tweet above, also tried to make it about me. But another play in their playbook is to accuse everyone else of what they are guilty of. I should have spotted this ploy earlier and not responded to his bait as if it was honest. I presumed good faith despite knowing there was not going to be any. And fair enough, I can respect that position, certainly. That's easy to respect. I'll tell you my position when it comes to crap like this. I don't let people get away with saying nonsense and crap about XRP and the XRP Ledger, misleading, especially when they're very well-known people in the industry, as these two individuals are. It's just, and just to the people that say, oh, you're just giving them exposure. I just like, what kind of limp-wristed, wimpy approach is it to just state that people get to lie to the general public and we're just supposed to take it? We're just supposed to allow that to unfold. And who do you think that is getting tricked by like me or anyone else slamming them down? Because here I am berating them, just for saying all this nonsense. Who is it that you think is hearing what I'm saying, getting exposure to this dilemma, that is taking Craig's side on anything? Are you falling for this? Or is your mental state so weak, so fragile that you hear me talking about this, talking about why Craig Wright is wrong, and then you believe Craig Wright? Is that how it works for you? Sometimes when I hear this stuff from people, like, I just kind of roll my eyes a bit when I read that type of stuff. It's like, no, when people say crap in life, take them head on. You can be respectful. If they're being disrespectful, whatever, if you want to send it back, you do you. I'm just saying, you shouldn't let them get away with it. It's just how I approach life. And then here's how David Schwartz responded to all this. John Deaton shared Fake Toshi's tweet about how he's going to tattle on Ripple about XRP scams, whatever that nonsense is. I shared you the exact quote. He shared that, and then John Deaton wrote the following. On behalf of 76,000 XRP holders, I filed an amicus brief. Who's Craig S. Wright? And then he wrote this. Let's review an important thing I call facts. Over a dozen investigators from the SEC investigated Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, and Chris Larson for 30 months, issuing dozens of subpoenas to every Ripple partner or investor that was doing business in the United States. After 2.5 years of an exhaustive investigation, the SEC filed an enforcement action against Ripple, its chairman and CEO. The SEC was already in possession of every single XRP transaction made by Ripple or its executives from 2012 to the present day. The SEC was also in possession of contacts signed by Ripple and its seed investors, e.g. Tetragon. But the SEC wasn't yet satisfied with the results of that exhaustive 30-month investigation and wanted more. With its alleged underfunded resources, the SEC went international. And for those of you looking at the screen, you'll note that Attorney Deaton put quotation marks around the word underfunded. That's because that's what Fake Toshi said. He stated that the SEC itself is underfunded. And that's the problem, of course. That's why XRP is all out of control and the Ripple people are getting away with all the scams. That's the nonsense that he's spouting here. And then Attorney Deaton says, the SEC bypassed the rules of civil procedure and the Hague Convention and leveraged MOUs with regulators outside the United States, who then, at the underfunded SEC's request, served overly burdensome document requests on companies under the different foreign regulators' jurisdictions. Although Ripple objected, claiming that the MOU request should have been conducted prior to suit and that this was simply the SEC strong-arming Ripple's partners and investors, the judge overruled Ripple's objection, and the SEC was able to gather even more documentation versus Ripple. Brad Garlinghouse stated that before the case is over, Ripple will have spent over $100 million in legal fees defending the case. One reason is that in addition to the dozen investigators and lawyers who investigated Ripple and its executives, there have been a dozen active prosecutors. Now, of course, that doesn't count the staff lawyers and paralegals working at the SEC assisting in the prosecution. It also doesn't count the senior staff who have left that helped bring the case, like Mark Berger, the former SEC director, and Hinman, director of corporation finance. As for your legal and or academic analysis paper, Dr. Wright, you should know that career SEC enforcement lawyers authored an XRP legal analysis memorandum dated June 13th, 2018, and it analyzed whether XRP is or was utilized as a security under a traditional Howey analysis. Interestingly, the XRP Howey memo didn't make a recommendation to the commission. In other words, after career enforcement lawyers analyzed XRP, they didn't determine XRP was a security, as you suggest any child could. No cease and desist or enforcement for over 2 years. Yeah, so pause to think about this. He's making all sorts of wacky assertions, Fake Toshi is. And it's clear anybody, even a child, could see XRP indeed as a security. And in addition to that, the idea that there are these outright scams that are ongoing. Well, how come the SEC didn't find them? I mean, they stated that Ripple has done something illegal in selling XRP as an unregistered security. Where's the fraud charge? There are no fraud charges. Where are the scam charges? How come the SEC, after investigating this for years, couldn't find a damn thing? But you, Fake Toshi, you're going to somehow find it? Not buying it. And then Attorney Deaton says, I guess what I'm suggesting is that considering that the SEC has devoted more time and resources utilizing tools and resources that you cannot, subpoenas, MOUs, etc., what do you believe you can deliver to the U.S. lawyers to freely deliver to the SEC? An honest question. Regardless of whether you're Satoshi, I assume you are a very busy man, and maybe you would want to spend your 2023 achieving goals that are more productive. But if you believe you can uncover more than the underfunded SEC, I certainly don't discourage it. And I don't discourage it either. Go for it. You create that paper, you waste your damn time, you file it, and it's not going to change a damn thing. You waste all the time in the world, Fake Toshi. You're an outright fraud. You are. Look, you have all the right in the world, just like anybody to say whatever you want to say. But people like me have the right also to push back against the nonsense that you're saying and calling you out for what you are, which is an outright fraud. You are not Satoshi Nakamoto. You are Fake Toshi. Period. And you couldn't be more wrong about Ripple and about XRP. And it's ridiculous and very telling that after David Schwartz was critiquing a topic that you brought up having nothing to do with him or Ripple or XRP, not only did you not respond to his critique, you did respond to him. You just didn't respond to his critique. You made the argument about him. You're moving the goalposts because you couldn't handle the critique. And then you made it about Ripple and you made it about XRP. You lose, Fake Toshi. And I'm happy to highlight this on my channel. Keep saying the nonsense. I'm happy to keep spreading the word. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon family sedan.